coming to you live from New Orleans, Louisiana, and the Sugar Bowl, the second of two semifinals after a classic banger of a game in the first semi. We have the UCLA Bruins, champions of the Pac-12, and the Georgia Bulldogs, I believe the champions of the SEC, although I admit I don't recall that for sure. I think they beat Mississippi. And these are two powerhouse programs that have pretty much run their conferences the last couple of seasons. Georgia, the defending champion. And we will see if their luck continues here. The de facto home team in this one. And got to check seeding real quick, as that is going to dictate who calls the coin toss. So Georgia, despite being closer to home, is actually the lower of the two seeds. They are going to call the toss. They will call heads, and it is tails. So UCLA wins the toss in front of what is a decidedly not neutral crowd here. And UCLA is going to elect to receive. In the famous words of Matt Hasselbeck, we want the ball and we're going to score. So the Bruins are going to trot out there to receive this kick, and Isaiah Brasher of Georgia is going to kick this one away. No wind here, domed stadium, and Brasher will launch this one through the uprights for a touchback. UCLA will take over. Walter Russ, the quarterback, had a big year this year. He is going to lead his offense out onto the field. UCLA lines up with two tight ends. Russ hands off to Donovan Davidson right up the middle, a gain of just a yard on the play. So on second down, same formation, and now tight end goes into motion. Two tight ends, and it's a rollout right side. Defense bites on the play action, and it's a look back to Davidson, who is open to the left with a crease in front of him. He's got 10. He's got 15, 21 yards and dropped at the UCLA 47-yard line. Now UCLA goes no huddle. It's a straight drop back. Quick slant, Jamal Deal open over the middle. He's going to take this one and run for another first down into Georgia territory already. Still going quickly here. Russ drops back, but something was lost in translation on the line. Pressure from the left side. Russ throws it up for grabs, and Mike Skinner of Georgia picks this, and he's headed the other way. He's going to be dropped after a gain of 5-6 yards on that return. Mike Skinner with an early takeaway gives Georgia all the momentum, and the quasi-home crowd is rocking here in the Deep South. Alonzo Sims, the Georgia quarterback, comes out, and he will waste no time handing the ball off to Daniel James for a gain of 5 to the left side. Georgia lets some time tick, switches backs, and another handoff, this time James Meyer, same direction, plenty of space to the left side, and that is a first down. But there is a flag on the play, and it's in the vicinity of holding. They're pointing at one of the lead blockers there. It's Demarion Marley. He's going to get called for hands to the face on that block, and that is going to bring this one back. It's going to be 2nd and 15 for the Dogs. So Sims hands off again, just trying to get a chunk and make this an easier third down. And Alex Burden, the ball carrier, he's going to go down after about 10. But teams both undisciplined here early, maybe a little bit juiced from the stakes of this game. Rasheed Clark of UCLA got a grip on the face mask and would not let go. That is going to tack on enough for a Georgia first down just into UCLA territory. 12:30 to play, no score. Sims takes the snap, and he takes this himself for a gain of 6 to the right side. A little bit of confusion there on the defense. I'm not sure if that was a designed run or if he just saw a window. But on second down, play action pass, Sims looking over the middle, He finds Daniel James in a hole underneath the zone. It's a gain of 15 and enough for a first down. There is a penalty on UCLA, pass interference near the ball, but it is going to be declined as the result would be the same. Sims, handoff James Meyer again, but UCLA is all over it into the backfield and a loss of 3. So on second down, out of the shotgun, Sims drops back and he throws a quick out to Daniel James. Gain of 6 and a little step or 2. That's going to be a gain of 8 when all is said and done. 3rd and 5 upcoming. And UCLA is showing pressure, and it's a hard count, and UCLA jumps. Alonzo Sims draws the neutral zone violation on Quinn Riley of the defense, and that will draw a Georgia first down. Still a first down without a touchdown. Sims hands off to Daniel James. He gets 6, and that sets up second and short. They'll hand off to James again, but Isaiah McMaster of UCLA reads this one beautifully. He blows it up on the left side, and James is dropped for a big loss. It's going to be 3rd down, but it could be costly for UCLA as McMaster is leaving the field holding his tackling hand. So 3rd and 7 from the UCLA 11-yard line. Sims takes the snap. He's holding nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to scramble, but he's going to step out after just a yard. It's going to set up a chip shot field goal from the UCLA 10. Brasher to hit it. UCLA doesn't come after it, and it is up and good from 27. A blocker, Eugene Jaunty of Georgia, is injured on the play, but is able to walk off the field unassisted. Just under 8 minutes, Georgia about to kick off, and this one will be fielded in the end zone and knelt for a touchback. UCLA takes over at their own 25-yard line. Russ coming out, looking to play a little bit safer with the football this time down. It's a handoff. Josh Scott, his first carry of the day, goes for 5. And then on second down, shotgun snap, Russ. Play action handoff looking for Norris, and he just underthrew that ball. It's at the receiver's feet and not able to reel that one in. So second down pass incomplete, sets up 3rd down and medium. 5 wide receiver set, empty backfield. Josh Scott had originally lined up in the slot, but he stumbles off the field, replaced by Connor Swaim, who's going to catch this one for a gain of 8 and a first down out to the UCLA 38 now. UCLA goes no huddle again. It's another play action pass, and Dumiso Jumalo is going to be open just up the field, a gain of 20 before he's immediately pushed out of bounds. Great throw and catch, and the zone couldn't close quickly enough. Now into Georgia territory. Russ drops back, but he short arms this pass looking for Casey Bryant, and he just didn't get enough power on it. It's well short of the receiver. 2nd and 10, another Russ drop back, looking for Donovan Davidson out of the backfield, but that's read well by the defender who gets in there to break up the pass. So 3rd and long upcoming. UCLA making adjustments now, and they're trying to figure out the signals from the sideline, and they don't like what they're getting, and they're just going to eat the delay of game here. Under the circumstances, you see a lot of coaches call timeout here. I actually like just eating the penalty. Not a particularly high percentage situation. You might as well just save that timeout for a time when you're really going to need it. So just over 6 to play first quarter. 3rd and long just inside Georgia territory. 3 wide receivers, 1 back in the backfield. Russ drops back. Defense brings pressure, but Russ beats it to Casey Bryant, and the safety closes quickly, and he'll bring Bryant down after a gain of 13. It's going to be 4th and 2 at the Georgia 34-yard line. UCLA deliberating. The offense is still on the field, and they're rushing the kicker on for a fire drill field goal Georgia brings pressure, and Monroe never looks comfortable with it. Stanley Monroe had the distance, but it was never it was never on a line. And from 51, Stanley Monroe misses. Kind of a rushed special teams effort there all around. Maybe should have taken a timeout to get settled there, but Georgia will take over at about their own 40. Sims comes back out for his second drive of the day. He is going to complete a quick pass on first down that Demarion Marley turns into a first down. And now Georgia, content to let it tick, they throw a short screen to Ronnie Fredericks, who's got a blocker in front, and that is good for a gain of 8. Second and short. Play action, quick pass to Fredericks, sort of a slow mesh look, and that is good for a short first down, already into UCLA territory. And now behind two tight ends, Sims is going to hand off to Sean Richardson, who gets 10 yards and another first down. Georgia really motoring now. Allen Jackson, toss left side. He's got a space, and he is dropped just shy of the line gain. Corner was pushed off his block by the wide receiver, but was able to shake loose before the first down. Second and 2 upcoming. And now Georgia can't get the call in, and this one's going to be a delay on the Dogs. The opposite situation here. I would have eaten a timeout to keep this one close. So second and 7, Sims drops back looking for Fredericks, and that one is going to be incomplete, but there is a flag down, and that was a free play. Sims took a shot for Fredericks, but was nowhere close. It's going to be Rasheed Clark again, his second flag of the quarter. An offside call. He jumped a little bit early, and that's going to set up second and 2. Sims is going to run a draw out of the pistol, and that is going to be just enough for a first down. Goal to go now from the 10. James takes it, gain of 1 on the play, and then they go quickly trying to get another snap in before the quarter break. James Meyer takes this right behind the center. He's got a little bit of a seam and a gain of 4 yards, and that is how the first quarter comes to a close. We have a 3-0 Georgia lead, but the Dogs are on the cusp of the goal line when we return. Right back, gonna refresh my beverage. And that first quarter was presented by IKEA. If you need it and you're poor, IKEA. As we return, side switch, and Georgia sets up for a vital third down and goal. Sims lines up. Pistol, one back in the backfield. It is a moving pocket to the right side. UCLA reads it beautifully. They close down the gap quickly. Sims tries to squeeze it into Eric Winkler, but there's no space, and he just sort of bullets it right past the receiver. And that's going to set up 4th and goal. UCLA's defense holds, and that sets up another chip shot field goal. Brasher on the right hash mark. From 22, it is up and good. They don't come much shorter than that one. So 14:53 in the second, still a 1-score game, and UCLA is going to need some points from Walter Russ. Brasher kicks this one off, and it's not up to his usual standard. It's fielded at the 3, and Tyler Conlon of UCLA has a lot of running room to the right side. He makes one man miss. He gets a block, and he is going to spring this one and he's gonna get chased down from the opposite end, but a huge return for Tyler Conlon finally dropped at the UGA 34-yard line. And that is what the Bruins needed to get back into this ballgame. Walter Russ comes out with a confidence in his step that we haven't seen yet. It's a handoff out of Ace to Connor Swaim, off tackle left side, in a huge running lane. Linebacker didn't fill the gap properly, and Swaim has plenty of yardage for the first down. Now, first down, UCLA takes their time getting their signals in, and Russ calling out some adjustments, but he doesn't see Neil Cole coming up on the blitz, and he's untouched for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 5 or 6, and now second down and 16 upcoming inside the Georgia 30. Davidson in the backfield. He'll take this, trying to make it a more manageable third down, but that is going to be bottled up at or around the line of scrimmage. Good run defense from the Georgia Bulldogs. So third and long upcoming. Shotgun snap. Russ delayed give to Swaim, who's going to gain 9 on this one. There is a flag on the play as it'll be fourth down. The penalty is on Georgia. It's an offside on Joe Robinson. Do you take the penalty? Probably gives you another chance on third down. So UCLA will accept this one, and it's going to be 3rd and 10 or so at the Georgia 23. And shotgun snap again. Again, delayed give to Swaim. And this one is not enough for a first down. He had a little bit of running room early, but it's filled quickly. 4th and 4 at the Georgia 16. They are going to send Monroe out to attempt the kick, but with a lot more time on the play clock, this is a better snap, a better hold, and it is good from 33 yards out. So Monroe will kick off with just under 12, and the score now 6-3 Georgia. Monroe boots this one deep to about the 8-yard line, and Damarian Marley returns it. He's got a lot of space, and he's going to get a solid return out to about the 30. But as he is pushed out of bounds, he is being jawed at by a UCLA defender, and Marley grabs him by the face mask and throws him down out of bounds. That's going to draw a flag every time. You could have called it unsportsmanlike, but they call it unnecessary roughness on Marley. That's going to drive the Dogs back to their own 10-yard line. So Sims comes out, buried deep in his own territory. It's a first down drop back, and he tries to set up a swing to James Meyer left side, but he overthrows him just a little bit, and it's incomplete. So on second down, he hands off to Meyer right up the middle, and not a lot of give. He'll gain 2, maybe 3 on the play. On third down, we got 2 receivers each side, one back in the backfield. Now Meyer goes in motion. Sims drops back, looking, and he's pressured off the right side. He's scrambling to his left. He's hit as he throws, and Michael Kincaid dives for it, and I think he reeled that in before it hit the turf. Michael Kincaid of UCLA comes up with a huge turnover, and that takeaway sets up UCLA in the red zone on this drive. And Walter Russ coming back out now. UCLA trying to converse for some points and take this game back. On first down, they're going to test this defense with a shot, and Hunter Norris right up the seam. He beats the safety to the line, and it is an easy touchdown. And UCLA takes their first lead of this semifinal, 9-6, and the extra point from Monroe up and good. UCLA now leads 10-6, and Georgia, after settling for 2 short field goals, is now down in this one. Crowd reeling from that chain of events. The UCLA kickoff, Monroe launches this one, and the return man will let this one go out for a touchback, bounces once in the end zone, and rolls off. Sims comes back out, and they play it conservatively on first down. It's a read option, and Sims keeps it for 2, sliding down quickly. On second down, Sims lines up with 3 receivers, but throws to the back in the backfield, Daniel James, and that is good for a gain of maybe 8 or 9. It's at or near the sticks, and it will be enough for a first down without a measurement. Lined up in a heavy set, they hand off to Alex Burden, but UCLA read it well, filled the gaps, and Burden tries to bounce it out and is dropped behind the line. On second and 12, maybe 13, Sims drops back again, but takes a check down to Meyer after nothing is open further down the field. So third and long upcoming, and delayed give to Daniel James on the draw, but there is a flag after UCLA is able to drop him, and it's going to be another Bruins penalty, holding on Chad Schneider, who was kind of unclear what he's trying to accomplish there, but that's going to be enough for a first down. I don't know. That was away from the ball, no impact on the play, but rules are rules. So first down out to the 42. It's a toss right side. James has a lot of running room, and behind a good lead block, it's enough for a first down. Clock ticks under 8 now, and Georgia goes hurry up. They hand off to Meyer, and he runs off tackle for about 5 to the left side. Second and 5 upcoming. No huddle again. UCLA brings pressure, but it's picked up. Sims, plenty of time. He looks for Winkler, and Winkler's got it. He's got 15, 20, 25, and he is dropped inside the UCLA 10-yard line. It's going to be first and goal after the big pass play. Sims drops back. He's got plenty of time, good protection, but Marley slipped open for a second. Sims doesn't see him and has to throw this one away. Second down and long. Sims dropped back again. He's looking, he wants Fredericks at first, doesn't have it. Looks for Marley and pump fakes, scrambles, and throws this one away to the right side. Third and goal from the 9. UCLA showing pressure, and they back out of it this time. Sims has plenty of time, but it's good coverage down the field. Now the linebacker comes on a delayed blitz, and Sims throws into the seam he vacated. Daniel James is open 5 yards down the field, and he will coast in the last 4 for a Georgia touchdown. That's going to make the score 12-10 after the throw and catch. And inexplicably here, Georgia's going to burn a timeout before setting up the extra point. They had shown going for a 2-point conversion, but if you're going to take the point after, you might as well just take the delay, I would think. Be that as it may, Brasher will hit the extra point, and that will make the score 13-10 Dogs. Another kickoff, another touchback, and with just under 7 to play, we've got ourselves a ball game. Walter Russ comes back in the game, and he's got 2 receivers and 2 backs in the backfield. Play action, looking for Jamal Beal, but it's off the receiver's fingertips. So on second down, they bring Davidson in, and he comes into the slot where he is the intended receiver on a little tunnel screen. There's a good block in front of him. The defense doesn't read it quickly, and Davidson has a first down and more, out almost to midfield. Connor Swaim in the ball game as the ball carrier. He will rush for a gain of 6. And then Davidson lines up in the backfield behind a fullback. He'll gain another yard. So now third and 3 at about midfield. Dumiso Jamalo is back in the game, and it is a straight give behind the center. and they do a really good job picking up the linebacker blitz. There's a lot of running room, and Jumalo has a first down. Now to the Georgia 37-yard line, and UCLA is starting to churn some clock here. We have a sideline report here on the injury earlier. Josh Scott, who came off injured and subbed out for a play, is expected to return sometime after halftime. We will not see him again in this half. Connor Swaim takes the carry on first down, and this one is good for a gain of maybe 1.5. Second and long, but Russ drops back out of the pistol. He's got good protection. Hunter Norris was covered at first, but he manages to slip his man, and Norris catches this one just past the sticks, scurries for a little bit more, and down to the Georgia 20, where he will slide down. 2:59 to play. UCLA going quickly here. They throw to Casey Bryant, and that one is going to be incomplete. It was well ahead of the receiver, but Georgia is going to be called for holding. Victor Bailey was beat, so he just grabbed Bryant, and that is going to get whistled every time. Had a whole fistful of jersey to force the incompletion. 1st and 10 at the Georgia 15. Russ, play action, rolling to his right. He's got Norris in the corner of the end zone, and Norris goes up and high points this ball. It's a catch, but did he get a foot down in bounds? We're going to have to go to the monitor for this one. And there's a roar of disapproval from this crowd, but it very clearly shows that right foot of Norris tapped in bounds. And the toe-tapping touchdown will make it 16-13 Bruins. And Monroe, the extra point, makes it 17-13. And we're going to have just a 2.5-minute drill situation when we return from the ensuing kickoff. Monroe trots out. Ball falls off the kicking stand, so he'll set it back up on the tee. And he will boot this one. It's fielded at the 4, out to the 10, 15, and the 22-yard line, where that return will come to an end. Sims comes back out. We'll see how aggressive Coach Dogwood and his dogs want to be. Sims drops back. Plenty of protection, but he's going to take the check down, and it's closed up quickly. Fredericks will lose a yard on this one. 2nd and long, looking for Fredericks again. Incomplete, but the defender did get there a little bit early. I missed a memo on when they made pass interference a spot foul in college, but if the officials could be believed, it's an automatic first down at the spot of the foul, which is a gain of a yard. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Georgia 22. Sims, handoff. Daniel James gets it right up the middle, but he is stuffed. A gain of maybe half a yard, if that. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. When we come back, Sims is going to be into pass again, and he's just been a check down machine on this drive. He looks for Fredericks and misses him. So on 3rd down, they've got 3 receivers and 1 back in the backfield. The back stays into block, but Alonzo Smith slips right past him, completely whiffed on the block, and the blitzing linebacker gets there to bring down Sims for a loss of 4, and Georgia will let the clock tick, but they will have to punt this one away. 1:08 left in the half, and Christian Celestine, his first punt of this ball game, is booming. It's about a 50-yard punt in the air, but it's a long, tight spiral, not a lot of hang time. And Conlon's got a good head of steam to return this one. He's got 10. He's got a stiff arm. He's got 20 and 22 into Georgia territory. UCLA, a good chance here to tack on. Russ drops back, looking for Glasgow. And incomplete. The receiver alligator armed that one a little bit when he felt the contact. Now UCLA is going to hand off Donovan Davidson, and he'll gain 7. So they'll need to use a timeout, except Georgia's going to bail him out and use one of theirs. I don't figure they're trying to save clock. I think Coach Dogwood just doesn't like what he's seeing from his defense and wants to draw something up out there. 3rd down and 3 inside the Georgia 40. You're not quite in field goal range. You got to get the first down. Handoff Davidson, and he is met at the line of scrimmage and forced back. No gain on 3rd down, and now the Dogs will use that 3rd and final timeout. They're going to try to get the ball back here. UCLA's got to have this one if they're going to try to score. Shotgun snap. Russ, plenty of protection. He starts to scramble, but he thinks better of it. He tries to throw on the run to Davidson, but he overthrows it a little bit, and the Georgia defense holds. That will be a turnover on downs, and Georgia survives. They will get the ball back. They will run it with James Meyer, and he will gain about 8, and Georgia will let the clock tick to 0 and breathe a huge sigh of relief as they walk into the locker room. So this one has been a real barn burner early. We'll see if it continues to be a shootout. But UCLA here, after a slow start, has a slight lead, 17-13, in a pseudo road game. Your halftime entertainment here in New Orleans is presented by the Mardi Gras Parade Committee, Visit New Orleans Tourism Committee, and the Sugar Bowl Activities Committee. New Orleans, not even once. I'm going to rest the old vocal cords and get some water, and I will be back shortly. And as we return from halftime, I think both these teams are going to be feeling pretty good. UCLA feeling like they managed to take control of this game, and Georgia feeling like they survived a potential death blow late in that half. And UCLA chose to receive in that first half, which means Georgia's going to have a chance to take the lead back as we start this 3rd quarter. Monroe to kick off, and it's a good one. It will go out for a touchback, bounce once, bounce twice, and out of play. Georgia takes over at their own 25, and Sims comes into the game. He lines up in the shotgun. Delayed rush for the quarterback. This looks like a QB draw all the way through, and he's got a big gain behind the right guard who pushed that defender out of the way and set up a gain of 9. 2nd and 1. UCLA in a short yardage defense, 4 backs, 4 linemen, 4 linebackers, and James Meyer is going to line up in the backfield. He goes right at him, and there's a crease off the left, just enough for a first down. He's got a little bit more before the safety comes up to meet him, and it's going to be good for a gain of 8 and a first down. First down at the 42, Sims drops back, and it's a quick screen to Ronnie Fredericks. He's going to get maybe 7 or 8 out to midfield, and they'll go back to Meyer in short yardage. Worked well last time. It's going to be good for a gain of 9 and another first down. And then UCLA has been heavily penalized on defense. They're 4th of the ball game. Alonzo Smith got a little bit of the face mask there. I think that's a little bit of a soft call, but it will stretch this carry out to the UCLA 26, where Georgia will have a first down. It's a handoff, James, but he is devoured behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of 4. 2nd and 14. They will stay in pistol, and they will hand off to James off the left, and he gets everything he lost and a little bit more. 8-yard gain sets up 3rd and 6, and they're going to go back to Meyer now. It's going to be a toss left side, kind of a conservative call under the circumstances, but already in field goal range. You can understand not wanting to take more of a chance. They're eating the dogs. 4th and 4 upcoming, and Isaiah Brasher on to attempt another field goal. He is 2 of 2 in this game. 2 of 2 in this ball game. This one from just under 40, and a little bit of pressure off the left side, but the hold is good, and the kick is good from Brasher. Cuts the lead from 4 to 1, 17-16, UCLA leads. Brasher to kick this one away. Tyler Conlon deep to return, and a modest return on this one out to about the 25-yard line. So Russ drops back on 1st down. He's got plenty of time to throw, but can't find anybody open. He's just going to have to throw this one away. And then on 2nd down, he had a man deep, but he had to hurry his throw because of pressure, and it's incomplete. Norris, the intended receiver. It's 3rd and long for UCLA. That has largely been draw territory for this ball game, and we have not seen Scott return from the locker room. Connor Swaim is spelling him for the time being, and it's going to be good for a gain of 8 yards. Not quite enough for a 1st down. 4th and 2 at their own 32. Secret thinks about it, but he is not going to think about it very seriously. Chris Frere is going to come on to punt this one away. Demarion Marley back deep to return, and this is a high tumbling punt, a little bit of a knuckleball. Marley manages to field it on a bounce, and he will get a decent return out of it. Made the first gunner miss before being dropped. And that's going to be about a 40-yard net. Good punt for Frere. Flips the field. At the UGA 27, Sims is going to line up under center and then hand off. Meyer, left side. A gain of 10 and a 1st down. A lot of openings in the running game for Georgia in this ball game. Another handoff, again to Meyer. This time he goes to the right, a zone run, and they blow the defenders off the line pretty nicely there. Plenty of space for a 6-yard 1st down carry. James comes in, and Sims takes a shotgun snap before giving to James. This one's a counter, and the defense bit hard. They had largely been running base runs in this game, and the counter caught him completely off guard. It's a gain of 6 and a 1st down. Steady diet of runs, so when the offense goes play action, the defense bites on it. James is open. It's a play action wheel to the left side, and the corner recovers nicely, drops him, but not before he gains a 1st down and 11 yards. Into UCLA territory now. James going to take it again, gain of 8, just steady chunk plays here. And then on 2nd and short, it's a quick pass looking for Fredericks on a swing to the right side. He will step out untouched after a gain of 5 and another 1st. Georgia's been methodical on this drive, and that finally comes to an end on this play as on 1st down, Sims takes a shot for Eric Winkler, but can't convert in double coverage. Got a little bit greedy, but smartly didn't force it into traffic. On 2nd and 10, though, they go back to the ground game, and this UCLA front has to be tired. James runs right down their throats and gains 10 and a 1st down. UCLA is starting to stack the box now. They bring Meyer into the backfield, and he takes this carry, but 2 linebackers come on the blitz and blow him up behind the line. Good adjustment there, but UCLA can't keep living like this. Sims on second down drops back. Pressure from UCLA, who was expecting another run, I think. And Allen Jackson is open over the middle. It's a good tackle in the open field to save the first down, but it's going to be third and short. Cameron Barnes came up holding his left arm, and you can see why. Eric Winkler got a big chunk of his leg trying to block for the receiver. And this is a weird call. It's going to be offensive pass interference. They're going to call Winkler, saying that he interfered with Barnes while the ball was in the air. And that's going to drive Georgia back to about the UCLA 30. So a costly play for UCLA, but a successful one all the same, as Georgia's going to have to take 15 steps back. On 2nd and 23 now, as we tick under 4 in the third, Sims drops back looking for Fredericks on a short check down, and he gets 7, maybe 8 yards of it back. On third down, inside field goal range, and with a pretty consistent kicker on the day, they are just going to play this one safe. They're going to send Burden right up the middle to set up an easier field goal. And from about 35, Brasher is going to make it 4-4-4. And that will give Georgia their first lead in probably 20 minutes. That one is up and good. 19-17. The Dogs take the lead back. Brasher kicks this one out, and with 3:01, that will go out for a touchback. On first down, UCLA is going to run the ball with Donovan Davidson, who's got a lot of room. It's a big gain, 12 yards and a first down. The offense is trying to make some substitutions here, getting signals in from the sideline, and they decide to burn a timeout to avoid the delay of game there. I guess they got burned last time and decided not to chance it this time. On first down, it's a drop back. Russ, plenty of time to throw, but there's nobody open downfield. Georgia drops 7 into coverage, and now Casey Jones finally gets a hold of Russ, and he drags him for a couple yards, but he can't get away, and Jones does manage to bring him down for a big sack, loss of 8. After a couple of unsuccessful handoffs, Russ will throw incomplete to Norris, and that's going to once again force a punt after what looked like a promising drive comes to an end. Frayer, the punter, had a really good first punt, and then this second one is blasted. This is another high arcing punt. This is going to be almost 60 yards in the air before Marley gets a hold of it. He returns it pretty well, though, and he's going to get this to about the Georgia 30. On the play, we have a penalty on UCLA, which the Dogs will decline. I don't think they want to risk Frayer getting another re-kick because he has been electric. And then UGA has an injured man, Joe Robinson, the defensive lineman. It looks like it might just be a cramp, but he is going to leave the field. Fortunately, he'll have an offensive series to try to stretch that muscle back out. On first down, Sims drops back. He throws left looking for Marley, but incomplete. And then on second down, Sims play action, but he's going to have to settle for another check down. It's Fredericks, a gain of just a yard. So 3rd and 9 upcoming, and the offense takes time out to think some things over. The handoff, James Meyer, and the defense wasn't expecting it. They've become accustomed to the passes on this drive, and they get fooled as Meyer's able to gain the first down yardage on the ground. Under 30 seconds in the third, Meyer will carry for 4, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter. Second down and 6 or so upcoming at almost midfield when we return. The third quarter has been presented by Febreze, Honey Berry Hula. When you want to smell like you're on vacation, Febreze. Now we switch sides once again. It seems kind of silly to switch sides in a domed stadium, but I don't make the rules. On second down, Sims drops back, and he's got plenty of time, good protection, and finally Daniel James comes open down the left sideline. He hits him in stride. He's got 20, he's got 24, and he is shunted out of bounds. Sims doing a good job of picking apart the zone there, and the safety comes down to make the play, but too late. Now at the UCLA 30, James is going to take this one on the ground, a gain of 8, and they're just going to keep feeding him. A gain of 6, enough for the first. And then another give to the right side. James gets 10 or 11, enough for a first down. And goal to go from the 5. It's a quick slant. Damarian Marley will take this one, a diving, sliding catch for 5 yards and the touchdown. Georgia needs the extra point here to stretch it to a 2-score game, but Brasher is able to convert. And with 13 minutes to play, Georgia has turned this story around. Brasher kicks it off. It's a good return from Conlon, gives UCLA some signs of life. But on the first down, after a good throw and catch from Russ to Norris, he turns upfield and tries to run with it, and he gets the ball punched out from behind as Hunter Norris. And Casey Jones, the hero of the last drive, is able to fall on this one, and that is going to be a vital takeaway. UCLA going to give up the ball in their own territory. A score here probably ends this ball game. Meyer rushes for a gain of 7, and he will stay in the game for another 5 yards. And then Daniel James lines up everywhere in this offense. He lines up on the outside for a gain of 21 and a first down. After an incomplete pass to Burden, they go to the air again. Once again, Damarian Marley, who's had a great 3 minutes of game time, his second touchdown in 2 catches. And that will stretch the lead out here. If there's any consolation for UCLA, the touchdown here made it 32-17 and then 33-17. So it is still a 2-score game. 11 minutes to play. Brasher kicks this one off for a touchback. And after an explosive first play to Hunter Norris, UCLA fizzles out again. Russ is sacked on first down. They get only 3, trying to make it more manageable. And then Chumalo makes a big catch and a good run, but he's not able to convert the 15 yards they need for the first. And UCLA's offense does something I think is frankly indefensible here. 4th and 2 at the Georgia 44, and they send Chris Frere out to punt instead of going for it. 2-score game, not sure how many chances you have to score, and you've only got 1 timeout left. You really had to go for it here. Marley is going to return this punt to only the Georgia 12. Puzzling decision to field it at the 3, but it ends up not really mattering because after an incompletion and a 0-yard gain, UCLA brings a lot of pressure on third down. Sims beats it to Ronnie Fredericks, and the all-out blitz left a huge hole. Fredericks ran for an 88-yard touchdown into the teeth of the blitz, and that will just about kill off this ball game. We're going to get an abbreviated drive chart until we get some better competition here. Conlon returns it to the 22. Russ, deep strike offense, gets a 55-yard pass to Swaim that puts them at the Georgia 10. But then after a sack, they're forced to settle for a field goal, which Stanley Monroe misses. 5 minutes 15 to play. Georgia just content to just run this ball out. They try to get tricky after 2 first downs on the ground. They throw an interception to Chad Schneider of UCLA, who comes up with a big play, but it's probably too little too late for the Bruins. Russ finds Deal, and then he hands off, and incomplete on third down, but Connor Swaim is able to punch it across the line for a 4th down conversion. That takes us to the 2-minute warning. Russ with the drop back. He throws for Norris, catches him in stride in the end zone for a UCLA touchdown. That does cut the lead to 2 scores, but the onside kick to by Stanley Monroe is recovered by Georgia. Georgia will get 1 first down to make it academic, and Alonzo Sims will kneel this one out. UCLA pretty well controlled the second quarter and went into halftime with the lead, but just reeling after the break and could not handle the Georgia run game. I'm going to get the stats up for this one if anybody has any stats questions. And then I don't think Poke posted the export, so I will post an export that sets up your national championship matchup. The Black Knights of Army against the defending champion Georgia Bulldogs.